Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today, like it's in the topic, I'm bringing you the new Zontes T310 super motorcycle. Okay, Chinese bike with lots of quality. I've been riding it for a while. I already did my Portuguese review, so now I'm gonna do for you the English one. And it handles really well, it's beautiful, and the only thing I have to say about negative of the bike, it's not 2 cylinders, and it's the mirrors, but that we talk about later. Technical specifications of the bike: we have one tire in the front, it's 110 70 R17. Okay, these are really nice. I forgot to say rims. Okay, ABS, upside down fork. Also, we have here full LED. The bike is all equipped with LED. These ones are daylight, and you have here 4 LEDs, which are the two on the bottom are low beams, and when you put high beams, all four are light up. Also, you have a crash bar, which is good. You have here turn signals, and one thing I can notice is that the crash bar, it interferes a little bit with the turn signals, but nothing too much. But it's on the way, and I would like to say that. Okay, you only have one disc in the front. I don't know how thick it is. I'll have to look up for that information. And in the back also you have one disc. Also don't know how thick it is. And you have a 160/60 R17, also with the same rims equals in the front. And you have a nice double exit exhaust. I've been riding this bike for 20 kilometers. I've just parked and I can put my hands on the exhaust. It's a little bit hot, but it's not able to boil an egg on it, so which is quite nice, because as you can see, the exhaust, it's very near the foot peg of the pillion. Coming back to the tires are mixed tires, which are able to go a little bit off-road, but like I said, this is not an 100% bike for off-road. Okay, the rims are not the proper ones, and the clearance between the tires and this guard, it's too small. If you go to a place with a lot of mud, it will be stuck, the wheel will be stuck here, and you will not be able to go anywhere. Again, LED everywhere, here, LED here, shock absorber there, chain, gearbox, 6 gears, and the extras for this bike, of course, you will have a top case, and you also have the side cases, which this one doesn't have, but if I find one online, I will try to put an image here showing you how it will be with the cases mounted. I think they are aluminium cases. The engine, we have 1 cylinder, 4 valves, 312 cc's, 35 horsepower at 9,500 RPM, and 13 Newton meters at 7,000. This in ordinary people terms, it means, for my surprise, you have a good engine to ride for a long time. It can go to 145 kilometers an hour. Well, that's the top speed I was able to do on the roads I ride, but they say the top speed is 160, but at 145 I had no issues with the bike, and there was a little bit more power available on it. Okay, one thing I really like in this bike is it's all electronic in this bike, okay? Which means you don't need a key to start the bike. It's keyless. Here you have the key in my pocket. Once you go 3 meters away from the bike, it will lock automatically. The bike has been stopped here, okay? I'm sure it will lock. It has locked automatic. If I do this, okay, it's locked. I didn't do anything. The bike just locked itself. To unlock, since I have the key, okay, I'll give it a push. It will do this beeps, and the bike is unlocked. Okay, this button only locks and the bike. This one is the starter, but we'll be there in just a minute. More ahead, I will talk to you about all these buttons, but to start the bike, of course, you have to put the kill switch on. You really do have to do it to start it like a scooter. You have to press the clutch, and now you start the bike. Okay, this is the only main difference from normal bikes that you have to do. I'm just turning it off. Well, actually, I'm not turning it on. I'm leaving it on. Let me talk to you about the dashboard. Okay, you have all the lights information, the turn signals and everything, which is normal. ABS, I will talk to you in the more ahead, but you can turn it on here and off. Now it's off, and if you press again, it is on. Now it's on. Also, you see, gas tank, you have no place to put the keys because you don't need. You press this button. Oh, okay, this button, and nothing happens. You want to know why? If I press this button, nothing happens because the bike is running. If you stop the bike at this moment, the bike is stopped. Now you can open. It's a safety measurement, which is really good. And also, if you press here, the seat is opened, and you can. There's not much there to see, so nothing special. Just to show you that it is all with the press of the buttons, and you don't need keys. Also, you have Eco and Sport mode. One thing that's interesting, look, the bike is on. I'm just gonna lock it. I have to stay pressing. It will do some beeps. Okay, the bike is locked. Let's have the situation that the battery dies and you want to, and the bike, let me lock it. Okay, it's locked, and you arrive to the bike and everything is locked, and you start pressing the buttons. It doesn't work because the battery is dead. What you gonna do? You're gonna call someone because you cannot reach the tank, you cannot reach underneath the seat. There is no way to unlock the bike because you don't have any place to put the keys. Well, Zontes thought about that, and they gave you a solution, and the solution is right here. You take this little cover, I don't know if you can see, I hope so, and you have here a plug where you can put charging with an external battery charger. Okay, it has a female, then you have to look out for what kind of socket it is, but like that, after a while the battery is charged. You close this again, and let's assume I've charged the battery, and you can do everything else, like press, it will do unlocked, done, and you can now do start the bike, and that's it. You are ready to rock and roll with this bike. And trust me, you do really want to rock and roll with this bike. Look at the quality of the materials. Even when I'm passing my hand on it, it feels good quality. It's not cheap Chinese material. It's a material that I am very happy to put my hands on it and never let go. The bike is quite amazing at all levels. Even performance, from what I've been riding it, I am impressed with the response that you have from this one-cylinder engine, and I am sure that will make very people happy. It is you have a competitor to this bike, which is the BMW, which is more expensive and doesn't have all the extras that this one has. So BMW, be careful. Unfortunately, I do not work with BMW on my channel yet, but that will change soon. But for the moment, this is a bike that I wouldn't mind having in the garage for my everyday commute to change my GTS 125. Now let's go for a ride and talk about everything else, and we'll see you soon on the road. And here we are on board of the Zontes T310. And first things I'm gonna tell you is the riding position, which is quite nice. My legs are well placed against the deposit, against the tank, whatever you want to call it. The handlebar is quite large, the perfect size for this bike, and also it allows me to stand up and still reach the handlebar with my legs fully stretched. And I am a guy with 1.85 m, and on a bike like this, from this price, which is around 5,000 euros, but it is really amazing what the bike offers, especially this windshield. Look, electric, okay? It only has two positions, on top or down. You cannot adjust middle positions, but it is electric. Also, on the higher position, even myself, with that I am a tall guy, I am the wind touched my helmet a little bit on the top, and if I lower it to this position, the wind starts touching my helmet right in the middle of the visor. So if you're small, my advice is put it up and you'll have a really pleasant trip. But things that I like on this bike, I don't know if you can see, if you cannot because it's daylight, but every button has LED light around it. In this case is red. One thing I would like, if it would be possible to change colors, because it will be fun to have the possibility of changing colors. Now let's talk about maneuverability. This bike is very easy to handle, okay? Even if it weighs like 162 kilograms, it's very responsive and very pleasurable to do little things like this on this bike. I really like the way it handles. One thing that I'm gonna talk now, it's about the comfort of the seat. It's a seat made for a trail bike, to between a mix tarmac and off-road, but it's comfortable and it's large, which means I can do lots of kilometers without having to stop to just to relax my ass, or I have to be constantly changing position, trying to find the right position to be more comfortable. No, on this bike, once you are seated down, you are comfortable all the way. Also, the handlebar, from this being a one-cylinder engine, the vibrations are minimum. an example, if I put my hands here on the crash bar, it's vibrating like hell. Okay, once I do this, it's minimum vibration. Okay, it's you can do a long trip with no problems. It's a big difference from here to here, where the pleasure of riding this bike is. Okay, one thing I don't like is the mirrors. Well, I like because they offer good visibility, but I think the support should have been a little bit longer, so I could see more of the road and less of me. On this mirror I'm seeing 30% of me, which I really don't need, because I already like my tan, which is a nice dark brown. I don't need to see it in the mirror, I prefer to see the road. And the same problem on this side, so it's one thing I would like to have changed in the next version of this bike. The dashboard, like you saw, it has all the information. It's good visibility, even with the sun, when the sun is on top of it, you can see perfectly what's going on. A little bit of shadows, but it's readable. Okay. The USB plug, which I've shown you before, the little storage place where you can put a credit card, or let's imagine you go somewhere and need to put some papers, you can put some papers there, or even your house keys you can put there. And what else this bike has? Oh, okay, I haven't told to you, but we have here 15 liters deposit, which according to Zontes, well, it's not according, it's there where it is. Oh, okay, this is an average. This spent like 3.5 liters every 100 kilometers, so it has a range of 400 to 450 kilometers. Of course, it will all depend on how much throttle you give to the bike. Also, whoa, what was, okay, the handlebar. You have more buttons than usual, because you have the signal lights, you have high beams, low beams, you have the hazard lights. Here you have turn signals left and right, you have a horn, and you have 3 buttons, which this one is the windshield, which I've showed you. This one opens the gas, and this one turns on and off the ABS, which is cool, since you can go off-road with this bike, and off-road with ABS, it's not a very pleasurable thing to do. Also, here you have a button to open the seat, and kill switch, lights, and starter. And this bike and this button is for you to lock and unlock the motorcycle. I will show, you've seen this in the beginning, how it works. Also, you have this one, which is an mode where you can change between eco and sport. Okay, just looking, both clutches are adjustable. Let's do a little bit, okay, of more power. Top speed on this bike, it's around 160 kilometers. I will not be able to do that, too much traffic, but I will be able to do 115, which I'm doing at the moment. And as you could see, I was in 6th gear, and I did not pull one gear down. I just gave it power, and the engine, it's really amazing on this one-cylinder bike. Let's see. a 300cc, in this case 312, 145 kilometers an hour. It's really nice. Comfortable speeds 120, 130, 145. It's almost at the limit, 95%. It can go a little bit more, and the most important, I was straight on my bike. I didn't have any problems. The windshield did the job perfectly. More things I can tell you about this bike. Well, there's one thing I definitely can tell you, is I would like to have one. Definitely I would like to have a Zontes. It's good for the everyday commute. I don't do too much off-road, so for me there is no difference, or there is no need for an off-road bike. But if I want to, I would be able to go explore some places that I cannot with my normal bikes, which I have a scooter and I have a Honda DN01. So those are tarmac bikes. They are not made to go off-road. This one lets me explore a little bit more, but that's not why I would buy it. I would buy it because of the quality it is shown in this bike. For the price range, like I told you before, there is nothing on the market that can beat the things that this bike brings. And having said this, I really hope you enjoyed this review of the Zontes 310T. Please subscribe the channel, comment below, follow my other social networks, because your friend SpitfirePT is saying